this was one that my team was like, we don't really know what to do. And so I planned our draft for us. The way Volskaya is played in high rank is the objective is considered to be Dookie. I think this is well understood by most players. It's just there's some controversy about how Dookie, right? So one of the ways you can work around that is you draft an alternate win condition, and it's usually a character that they tend to be late game heroes, can kind of win the game on their own, and the way you win games is building damage. So some of the most popular core DPS for that role are going to be Vala, Sylvanas, Zebo, Greymane. You got to have something that, when given the chance, can just destroy buildings, and preferably be great in team fights. So like Vala and Sylvanas tend to be some of the most popular. And
how about Hammer?
Sure, yeah. I didn't mention Hammer. Hammer is totally fine. It's more challenging because rotations can be hard of that map a bit, but it is also effective. You're one of the strongest at just plain pushing. And she just got buffed.
I'm just thinking about what she did just get buffed. I'm just thinking about our hero pools too, so.
So you can see with our team, we built around Vala. We were originally planning Sylvanas, but you banned it, and that was fine. We had an extra fallback.
I see a Thrall there too.
Thrall, yeah, he's also a late game meta, so a lot of the bruiser meta right now is kind of disgusting for just scaling purposes and using them to build a team comp off of, because they're so generally viable. But yeah, Thrall with blue, late game is an ending threat. We had Artanis because he wanted to play Artanis. There's no tech there. Johanna's just really great, safe first pick. Johanna Tyrande is good synergy. Like otherwise, like the rest of the comp was pretty flexible. Mostly just centered around having that carry. Your comp instead has Genji and Kael'thas, which are like pick heroes. One's a follow-up hero, one's like a dive hero. You have decent synergy within your team, but it's kind of just like a general, we can go fight with these heroes, but there's no map winning setup that's available there. We'll start with the replay that you provided me though, because that one's actually...
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is that especially important on this map because the objective sucks?
Yes.
Okay.
Exact reason why.
Sweet.
So, the objective... Hello, did my game work? It's not, as bad as I'm going to make it out to be, but...
It might not work because of that stupid older patch.
Was this one of those...
Oh yeah, this is officially a new patch now.
Yeah.
Patched twice over now.
Yep.
It should still load.
Older replays will do... It'll load, but it'll do this stupid calculating BS.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh. Raggy.
Small indie company.
I mean, having a functioning replay system that goes back game versions is honestly pretty impressive. Or the way the game is built internally. It's... Okay, we're
considering it's like a 15-year-old engine. It's pretty nuts.
No. Is it only 15? I thought it was 20 years old.
Sure all my...
maybe 20, yeah.
No, it came out in 2015.
But
yes,
it's using the StarCraft engine.
Oh, right.
Which came out well before 2015. When did StarCraft 2 release?
StarCraft 2?
No idea.
Was it
2010.
Let's say so that was like late.
16 years old. But the engine's probably older because it was in development for a number of years before that, so it's almost 20 years old.
All right, we're up.
Okay, so team comp. Yeah, this is definitely not... I would not consider this a Volskaya team comp. The enemy team I think their draft
Is
is...
this the right game?
Is it? This is not the scrim that we just threw
Yeah,
together.
this is the roll one.
Oh, this is the other one that we did with the other team. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was confused.
Yeah, we
This
can
is
look
roll
at the
one.
other one if you want, for like a reference of
Nah, let's do
what
this one.
completely
Let's do this one.
correct macro gameplay looks like, but also,
No.
you know, real games are real games. There's...
Yeah, I was just confused. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about alternate win conditions. If we look at the enemy's team comp, I don't really know what the state of draw is. I guess we can find out. On this, we have probably... Okay, looks like we have OP Echo. So he's going to be Echo. He's going to be a really great late game. We also have Li Ming, who's a really awesome team fighting hero. This is one of her better maps because of the openness and the lack of, you know, actual things to do other than just kill heroes. So having her and a Nubrak is great synergy for them. And Tychus is good for macro purposes, but more importantly, his ultimates are both major siege threats. So they have those alternate win conditions down. For our team comp, we have Rat, which he's useful here, but the reason you would pick him is to enable a hero who does absolutely zero macro and only can kill heroes. You know, think Nova, if Nova was good. So Hanzo is great, but if you just like send him in the 4-man against their team, it doesn't feel like things are going to die very cleanly. And also, I personally feel this is not one of Hanzo's good maps because the lanes are so large you can't really go scatter. You kind of need to be Q, and the auto attack build is so-so. So we'll see how team fights look. But I'm just glad they don't have like Genji or something. That would kind of destroy our team comp right now. I mean, we have Polymorph to help, but DPS matchups and stuff.
3, 2, 1. Fight now. Fight together.
Okay, we do have Q Hanzo, so great job, Hanzo. Made a smart call. Not too much action yet. Well, a lot of action. Tychus damage is scary early, but we survived, so good micro. Alright, so as soon as first wave is cleared, the thing I see a lot of teams do is they just send like 4 top. It's not the move. The correct play is generally you need to be worrying about turret, so your offlaner tends to go bottom, and you send a DPS and then like a healer lags behind to make this turret cap happen. And what taking turret gives you is a turret for fighting, and it also gives you the correct tempo to set up for taking this next.
We gotta defend it.
And so then taking this camp this early is easy, right? Okay, we skipped it. Good, good. Right wing's got the right idea. If you take that camp early, it does like nothing for your team. It's easy to do, but it's kind of a waste of time. You can see the enemy has already taken their turret camp. They made the call faster. But we did eventually make the right call. Now it's just a wave clear phase. We both have turrets. However we play this is very loose. How rotations play out. But Murden survives here. Okay. We do seem a little bit aimless in... We're just like, okay, we're gonna soak, that's it. Where the enemy team is looking for kills, which
Definitely
is...
aimless there.
We should try to look for kills during phases like this, because there's nothing else to do. Lane is going fine. Really both close to dead, but... Alright, potential kills here, right? Murden can engage. Arcade has the turret. No engages found. They're giving you space, potentially doing their hard camp, so that's when you should be trying to get this done. But we didn't really realize in time. And a Nubrak is probably not killable, so we did also just kind of spend time soaking again, in a way. We are going to get this. They have a chance to fight it. They should, but I guess they're not going to. Just cleared their waves instead. We have item advantage, which is part of building strength for objectives on this map, or just like random fights. This would be the time when we want to start getting our free camp out, though. So if you ever play BOE, you know that 2:15 where you go take your hard camp. Well, that's the same timing on this map. You go 2:15, usually take this. Junkrat can probably get this thing out right now, though. He's so quick at taking it. You know, we'll rewind real quick. Sonya probably could have avoided dying here. If
It's because the Junkrat boot sends the Anub over the wall, and I'm not expecting that.
Yeah.
I just like I see the Anub and I freeze, and I'm like, what?
bit of a surprise.
Where'd that Anub come from?
Whoops.
Not the
Shocked
end.
Pikachu face.
It's really not that bad, though. I mean,
Yeah.
early. Worst thing is we just lost some XP bottom, but we'll be fine. Them only having 1 kill so far is not so bad. So we look to take control of objective, which is a solid play. Right wing is soaking top, which I like. Maybe look at bot. This is a kill if our DPS are here. Our DPS are not ready at all. So point sitting is not the objective. They also changed it. So it used to be that you had to actually kind of sit on point. If you step off, you get about 25% as it ticks down. It's like a sky temple. So our DPS could have left pretty much immediately with our tank, and it looks like we will make this a kill, but well, I don't know. Hanzo's not getting in there. He keeps running around. It's a bit of a goose chase.
Play ring around the rosy there.
Yeah, I did not expect Thrall to play it this way. He probably could have escaped easier. So, yeah, here's Rat. Here's Hanzo. Yeah, Hanzo just needs to get in on him. Yeah, like if you just played down a little bit further, you know, trust that you can have a jump available and escape this way if you have to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was way too scared of the enemy team there.
And we also should have had Junkrat. So here's a concept that if you're not aware of, it's called reinforcing. What happens is, you know, people can show up late to fights and it's okay. They have entirely full sets of buttons, full health bars. It can be very scary when they show up late. But if you don't show up at all, then you put your team at a disadvantage. So when you see a lot of enemy players coming to do something, and if you can pull your teammates and make it a fight, because the fight's going to happen regardless. I mean, this one didn't break out, but if they realized they had a numbers advantage, they actually should have fought, assuming they can keep Thrall alive. So we would be at a numbers disadvantage. We'd have Brightwing to Zien, but Junkrat's not ready. And so they could get a kill. And if Junkrat never shows up, then it just becomes a major outnumbered fight. Where if Junkrat shows up there, we actually then probably have numbers advantage because... no, they're 5. Okay. Well, Thrall's low, but... It tends to be that somebody might be soaking, right? We'll get objective, which is... it doesn't do a lot here, but it's something. So, if you do get objective, you need to know how to play it correctly. The only way the objective gets value, there are 2 options. First, it needs to split push, like Dragon Knight. So, the rest of your team stacks a lane, and then you send the protector somewhere else to make enemies have to clear it. And when you do that, you're going to be putting probably your offlaner in it, and maybe a damage dealer. So like we put maybe Rat Sonya in the Triglov and send it bot, And then everyone else goes top to help Brightwing, who's, I think, gotten some pretty serious structure damage off of our, staring contest that didn't actually have anything happen, so, we'll take it, Brightwing. The other option with Triglav is you are going to be with it. And this only starts becoming worth it late game, where it kind of becomes mandatory, and even then it sucks. And that's where the weakness of the objective is revealed. But essentially, you will have your crowd control outside of the Triglav, and anyone else who doesn't have crowd control to lock enemies down will go in. So in this game, it's probably Hanzo, and maybe you put Sonya in there, maybe you put Rat in there, just kind of depends. And what you'll do is you'll apply crowd control and you'll use the Triglav buttons to get a kill. And it kind of sucks at it, but it can do it. And at the very least, it can't really die. It's just a big robot. So you can kind of use it for that. But you also have to be careful when you do it, because enemies will probably try to fight past. So this is a long-winded way to say we should probably put Sonya, Rat, Pushbot, and everyone else go top. Our outcome is not the worst. We can see that Hanzo's kind of prevented from hitting the building. He's doing some damage, but it's not the most effective. We're getting all our soak elsewhere, so that's a plus. We're kind of just slowly poking down buildings. They're looking to fight. They use buttons. We should turn on them. Okay, we use buttons. Now's a good chance to take your Brightwing advantage, who's been... if you leave her up here forever, then there's, she's now just done nothing other than soak. What we probably can do right now is we have heal camp, we have a turret maybe? Okay, we've used it. Brightwing doesn't have one. But I think that because we have heal camp, we can probably look for an invade here. We're about to have a 1-level lead, which makes it a little bit easier. And we have a Brightwing Z. The one thing that we do have an advantage over them, I feel, is we have Rat Hanzo, who's really strong in chokes. They only have Li Ming. Tychus can get zoned out of a choke very well. So it could have been a nice play to make. It looks like we're just going to take our turret, which is a very safe play. At least we're taking the turret on time. Someone needs to help Rat. There we go. Are you guys hearing this?
Hearing what?
There's just 10 seconds of thunder straight out my window. I don't know if it's coming through the mic.
Oh, awesome.
No.
Nah, I'm not hearing it at all.
Sounded like, someone's garage door is going up or something. Okay.
Wow.
But they're rolling out the garbage cans. Okay. I do like what we did. We got turret into heal camp, which is a pretty standard play pattern. They randomly took this camp when it's not doing anything, so they don't get heal camp. And we might get a kill here. Okay, arrow. We stood no stun. Junkrat's not helping. Do we have Junkrat buttons? We have all of our Junkrat buttons. We could have had a kill. So far, the map macro is actually not that bad. I would like our draft to be different, but for the most part, we're doing the things that need to get done on the map. Maybe we could be doing them slightly faster, but... Are we going to reinforce this fight? That's really, really important. Like, we need Sonya to be realizing the team is fighting and having a big fight, and she should come and join. And it'll be late, but she has leap, so that's good.
I think I start coming, or I try to start coming, but then I see Thrall pushing in, and I'm like, oh, I can fuck around a little bit, and then I'm a little late, and the fight has ended.
Yeah. Most of what I see is, like, we are not all focused on getting kills. So, there are no great pushing camps on this map. The objective is kind of bad. So, the two real objectives when you see this map in draft, you need to think, we're going to spend the entire time chasing hero kills, and then immediately trying to convert hero kills into structure damage. So, some of the tanks, I think our tank picks this game are excellent for that, actually. So they have a Nubarak who can just beetle up a building. And Murden can take building shots forever, for pretty much free. So, if we do get kills on either team, they can't just run up to buildings and start hitting them. This could be a kill. Missed our Stormbolt. He dies anyways. Rat is a great thing to use for double soaking too. He's pretty safe. Hopefully he survives here. There's a Bright Wing Z. Nice dodge. Yeah, this is a kill. Nice, nice. This fight is very favored. We should continue to play it and then try to take top fort.
I wonder why I didn't leap on the Tychus there. I
There we
had a
go.
line on the Tychus there, but the Tychus dies anyway. From
Yeah.
right here, if I just stop my W and leap.
Oh, let's see. What division are we playing? Is this like... I think you... Are you B?
Or Div B. Div B West.
We're a bunch of plats.
And a silver.
So, I coach a team regularly, and they're all about the same rank. I think they're a Div C. If there's one thing I'd like your team to work on is being more coordinated and responsive about kill targets. Because I see kind of a lot of uncertainty about, should I be dedicating myself to try to get this kill? And I don't see a lot of pings. Like, if you can't talk because combat is intense, then pings are a great way to help signify. And overall, I see, like, a disconnect between... Like, our damage don't always hit the same target at the same time. Our damage are sometimes lagging behind the tank. Missed skill shots are, missed skill shots. I don't judge too heavily. They can be a little bit more accurate, but if we are all together on our plays, then things are going to happen a bit more cleanly. So, Hondo, whenever I see an arrow like this, for example, it kind of means that we didn't start the fight with the arrow, which is usually stronger. I mean, great, we got a kill out of it, but... Let's see.
How do
Hondo,
you feel about like point blank arrows? I'm assuming you mean ult, right?
yeah, so like, if your ult is used at the end of a fight and it gets a single pick, it means that you held it the entire fight and you didn't have a setup. Where usually you get a multi-stun off a good arrow, which can be multiple kills. So that's why I'm rewinding here to see, did you have a good angle? And I think you did, because they essentially...
I think I did, yeah.
They get kind of funneled
maybe
into
I'm-
this choke here, and you can probably hit a good shot there. It's at least 2.
I might be thinking about it wrong, because like point blank arrow, you get like a really like low or not a very long stun. But like maybe any stun is good enough. I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. If we look at the numbers here, you can see they don't scale linearly. The damage does.
Don't you?
But the stun goes half a second.
Yeah, the stun duration.
And then it goes 1.25 at tier 2, which is more than double.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't quite double for the next step up. So...
Yeah, it just feels like 0.5 is not a lot.
No, it's not. The most bang for your buck is usually a tier 2 if you want responsiveness and, a great ult. If you can get the maximum range, you go for the maximum range every time. So this setup here, you have a lot of range lead, And most Hanzo
Oh, like
players,
just fire it off from right here.
you're going to sit here and wait 5 seconds. You're going to tell your team, arrow in 5, it's coming. And you ping. You ping
Okay.
like right here. And then
Yeah.
your team can try to start forcing the enemy to walk into that choke point. And then if they know they do that, they just get a big stun. Like, it's totally worth, and you get multiple kills off of it.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you show up and you're like, okay, I need to do damage, right? I need to land my Q, which takes time. I need to find a good angle for scatter, which this approach angle is, like, your options are here, or you have to wait for them to go all the way over here, or maybe you can get here if you walk here. It's all, like, not the best lineups for an instant kill with scatter. So overall, best play is wait for the arrow angle.
Right.
Also, your team gets this without you. Like, Rat does damage, Sonya does damage, she's dead. And so then we would have, just after Nubarak has wasted his buttons, we'd have the arrow coming in, hopefully landing right like this. And that's a Tychus dead, maybe an extra kill. Maybe someone lives, right? Small criticism, I would scatter here, not here. It's just
Scatter where on the left?
yeah, the left angle is closer, which is it's a shotgun out of a wall, like.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so we got like multiple kills. This has been 3 so far. I mean, they've been rolling, but so not all at once. We should be trying now to get as much siege damage as possible. Either Sonya or Rat goes to double soak during this period. Both of them are extremely effective at it. So I don't really care who does it. But
I think
I will
I'm already
say,
going.
yeah, Sonya's already there. If we wanted to be super optimal, Sonya probably does slightly more building damage. So maybe you could consider having her with the 4-man and have the Rat go soak, but it shouldn't make a big difference. The main thing I want to see is, like, we need to push up aggressively to this building and try to take at least half of it during their death timers.
We need to go away from here very fast.
So 2 of us were during that, which should not be a factor for attempting that play, I think. If you get to half health or lower and your then you can back off. But we basically skipped doing a good chunk of damage to their building. This is fine. Well, if we can actually position for it. I think they're going to let us have it.
I think this is where the game goes wrong for us.
Okay. So, yeah, things are getting messy now. This is a very long fight that finally someone dies. So what goes wrong here is essentially positioning.
Terminal activated.
So if we look at when this is started, you can see our map position is not necessarily ready to make this happen quickly. You know, our tank is lagging behind, our other damage dealer is lagging behind. Does Bribing have Z? I hope so. She has Z, okay. When you do invades like this, you know, this is early game, effectively. Their respawns are up. So if we don't do this quickly, then we're now just going to be fighting on their side of the map. And it is a tough area to fight in for either team. So Hanzo is going to take damage from the camp, and then Bribing is not going to probably heal him right away. So what I'm going to be looking at right here is trading efficiency, because if this is going to be a long fight, then whatever team deals damage without taking damage is going to win. We see Thrall top, which is a reason why this fight should be possible. It should take him too much time, and we could get a pick before he arrives. Okay, Miss Stormbolt. It'll be up soon. What I see them blundering is, like, this walk here is really dumb. And what we should aim to do, as soon as we see them do that with our Hanzo vision, is we should try to corral them back into that area. So Muradin should walk here and just say, hey, you can't pass me, Lee. And Junkrat should walk over here and start trying to, keep them in this area with his body, with his autos, his damage. If we can get them in this tunnel, both of our DPS are stupid. They just can't miss. We should have a kill. We let them slip by, though, a little bit. Sonya hits a great Q, and...
Oh, I missed that
Wait,
Q.
that misses?
Yeah, it's like literally it's at like half a centimeter off.
I need to see this again. I think you got scammed.
I'm like lining it up. I'm lining it up.
This
I'm lining
is a
it up.
scam,
I'm like, it's gonna
dude.
hit.
Look
It's
at
gonna
this.
Scammed.
All right. So you got scammed. I think when that happens, like your immediate snap reaction should be leap because of their positioning is the worst it has been. Yeah. Your rat is. Yeah. He has ult ready.
I should have leapt earlier. I was looking at it and I was like, why didn't I just
or
start with
in the tunnel? Sure.
Yeah.
Both backliners clipped by the leap, and it should be an easy fight win. Let's see. Rat has ult still, and no Q. Okay. And Nubarak eats our Hanzo W, which I don't think was going to hit anything based on where it was shot. And now things have gotten messy, because Tychus shows up and starts putting pressure on our DPS, who has already gotten chunked out, basically from the camp. Maybe a Li Ming skill shot. I think you ate like an orb. Jeez, freaking orb build. Why? So we kind of lost the trading efficiency, and we are now taking enough time that Thrall will show up. So basically any of our influence over the fight is going to quickly degrade. So like, great leap, but our damage are no longer in range when it happens, and so that's not a kill. Tychus is peeling with damage. So
is it me, or is Tychus like really out of position right here?
Based on the cooldowns that have been expended, Tychus made an excellent play.
Oh, okay.
So the way auto attacker heroes work is they don't have cooldowns really. So their strongest moment is when the enemy expends theirs. And if they make an aggressive play, especially into a low health Hanzo, that's their job. Like they get to play second in a way.
Okay.
So, you can imagine like an auto from Hanzo might finish the Rhaegar kill, but because Tychus is here, pressuring him, being lethal, it's not going to happen. He peeled with damage, if you've ever heard that phrase. Now Li Ming is here, in a better position than she was before. A web wrap comes out, which is now putting us further negative, and we're all... This is so scary. If you don't die to him right now, you will soon. And Muradin, I think we may just need to leave Muradin for dead at this point. And Sonya can try to retreat. Does Brightwing have Z? She has Z. Okay. And heal camp. Alright. We can maybe make something out of this, but... Try to break Muradin out. Brightwing is putting as much healing as she can on Hanzo, but hasn't used Z on Hanzo or heal camp yet, which is a little concerning. We're always beelining it though. Ming is hitting him. And now I think our tank is overextended compared to our backline. Tychus trait goes burr burr burr. Li Ming damage. And so your tank falls first. So mostly micro mistakes in this fight. Not necessarily due to the map, just team coordination. You might die here. Yeah.
I do.
Itzy. You were had. Wait, no!
Oh wait, I don't!
Nice. Great job, Brightwing. Oh, Brightwing dies for you. Okay. Oh. Okay, so enemy
Someone
got a
had to
kill.
die.
Enemy got a kill, and they're gonna just immediately convert it to building damage. They're already here, and they hit your building. And we're trying to fight down a kill to repel them. fine as long as we're just committed to poking. Nubrak has great engage under buildings, so you gotta be careful. Okay. I think, yeah, ooh, yikes. Yikes. We were just a little bit too early. This is one of the things that Brightwing players need to be in their team's ear about. Like, I am respawning in 5, 4. Like, you gotta tell them so they don't go in too early. Because I agree, we have 13s. It's a decent opportunity to fight. There's no inherent advantage. Their momentum died out from pushing our building. We just need to wait for everyone to be on time and be together for this play. What I'd really like to see is Hanzo sit as far back as possible. Bring up your cast indicator and see what the tier 3 looks like. Junkrat should be closer, you know, preparing for a Riptire. Because we have a really sick ult combo available with this team. We can have Leap into a Hanzo Arrow into a Riptire and, you know, triple kill right there. And Murden can set it up with his scouting and his jump and everything. Have a Stormbolt. This ends up being early. And so then, yeah, I see what you're talking about. Like, does point blank arrow get value? Because it's a thing that you have chosen to do sometimes, and it doesn't. You can see he's already, even if the Junkrat trap was not detonated, he's already not stunned anymore.
Yeah, it was kind of OP.
Now we're using more ults. We use the turret. So we kind of just like lost our ability to fight this objective anymore. Down here, down ults, down items. And so we soak. You know, we can, I guess, you can see they converted right to building damage again. So now we're forced to defend. I was going to say, we can maybe have our consolation camp, but we have to protect. Our Sonya is back up though. Our buttons are coming up shortly, so we should prepare for that timing. They're likely, with how we're positioned and how we're playing right now though, they're likely to engage us right now. So they can see Brightwing is bottom, and they don't have eyes on Sonya, but... Okay, they attempted, we dodged. Now we fight though, right? Okay, we're walking. It's going slow, that's fine. They got objective. We just sleep again. I think, I don't think we needed to leap just yet. A slow roll fight is fine by me. So like we walked in, we took space. We were like looking for, can we find something, rather than forcing it like we did last time.
I'm embarrassed by my leaps this game. I don't want to talk about them.
All I need you to do... Look, Anubrak is really exposed. His W just went down.
Yeah.
And he's right there in front of you, and... well, I don't know what we're going to build later on, but it looks like... Oh, yeah. Shot of Fury. Okay, so we are like a very melee assassin, just point-and-clicky Sonya. And so this is... You should just take this. There's no need to play anything else. Hanzo has a scatter angle right here. Junkrat has no buttons. Brightwing Z is coming in. Our front line is kind of just a little bit too deeply engaged, and Sonya is now tanking the drill and Tychus autos. Brightwing took some pressure off you, but she dies for your sins, and being reset gets the kill. Okay, so this is like worst case scenario now, because we lose 2 heroes and they have objective, which is really bad if there's enemy heroes alive, but if no one is alive, this thing actually like is strong, because the only reason it's bad is because you can fight past it or just kill it. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a challenging sequence here. Arden is making pretty good space. You know, at least the Chiglov isn't killing our damage dealers, but we are going to lose this fort. Doing as much poke as we can. Gonna go for another fort. Okay, looks like Sonya's gonna catch a wave top, and then, you know, we're not far behind in level at least, so we'll have another opportunity to fight. Basically, once the Triglov goes down, we can maybe try to... Oh, it's dying in 1 second. Right. Or what's my UI showing? No, 20 seconds. Okay. So about when the Triglov goes down, Sonya will have gotten this wave cleared and have prio, and we can maybe look to make something happen. It's going to explode and leave Li Ming and Anubarak, who are both potentially killable. Hanzo finally has Q quest done, which I will say is a little late. I know it can be hard sometimes,
Took
though.
a long time, yeah.
Okay. Hey, by the way, Sharpened Arrowheads is generally not a good talent, and even with the auto attack at level 1. So really you should only take it with the auto attack at level 1. And
Sorry, which one is that?
the level 7
reduce
that
your-
reduces enemy
Oh.
armor, it's so little. If you're Q build, you
What do
should
you
just
take?
go Q.
Oh, I thought that was the Q talent. Is it?
Well,
Right, a Q
The
talent.
Q talent gives you ramping spell power.
yeah, hit it here with Stormbow, gain spell power. So
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
the benefit is it's spell power, so it can amp your scatter, which is always Hanzo's strongest feature. Even if your Q builds, you know, Q is awesome, but what you tend to go with Q builds is you go piercing arrows. So
Yeah, I do.
right, which piercing arrows make scatter significantly better, easier to land and everything. And there's also synergy, so when your Q pierces enemies, you'll get 2 stacks of this. You'll get the, you know, if you hit 2 people, you get 10% spell power.
Am I just over-indexing on armor reduction?
Why would you say that? This is a single talent.
Okay.
Like,
Doesn't this? Yeah, like so. This reduces armor, so that's why I was taking it. Am I saying it? No, like sorry. What I meant was, am I over, overvaluing armor reduction?
no, but this talent is uniquely not that great. It
Okay.
it builds too slowly. If this was 5 a hit instead of just 3, it would, which is like, that's a significant buff to this talent, because you know,
I see. It's
three
just too slow.
increased to 5. Yeah, it just takes too long to build up. So you can only
Okay.
build it with your Q or your basic attacks, and your Q is every 4 seconds, and your basic attacks are with no attack speed benefit. Well,
Like a second and a half or something like
it's
that.
like 0.67 attack speed, so whatever that comes out to be.
Yeah.
Or with the attack speed, it's once a second. So like even with basic attack build, you can go this talent, and you know it can get some value, but it tends to be with basic attack builds, it just still stacks too slowly and it decays too slowly. It's only 3 seconds. So what you'll tend to see is if you see redemption, you'll see never outmatched, because more basic attacks equals more CDR, and therefore more attempts at scatter.
Okay.
Little tangent. Where were we? Talking about finding a fight. Sonya, I think, grabbed 1 too many waves of prio. They took our building. We can still come back this game. We need to be having some really awesome late game fights, though, and they're going to start scaling too, because they have Brawl, who's getting up there. What's his quest progress? It's not very good. Li Ming, level 16, is going to be probably pretty impactful. She didn't go glass, so at least they don't one-shot us, but it looks like Tychus may actually become the greatest late game threat, because our front line a couple times in the fights this game have been exposing themselves to him, and then they get stuck in and he just melts them. Fanya is getting dove. We have to expend leap. Better than the death.
I think I might not have needed to because I dodged out the stun. I don't know if Fly was up for that.
Well, I'm not upset about it because
Yeah.
you never know. Ideally, Anubarak web wraps you there.
Yeah.
And then the leap on stop is totally worth. And so you can just say, I was being cautious. I didn't want to play the reaction time game with web wrap. I just is willing to use it. Not too upset about it. It's up in 45. Based on our macro state anyways, like as they're leaving our building was the only time we had to fight them. And we'll be looking at getting prio elsewhere so that we can make a fight next. So it's not so bad for you to be down leap right now. They're going to get this for free basically, but we are stealing their turret, so great work.
Require a talent. Be careful out there. This bomb's for you.
Let me do some other talent checks real quick just to see. Oh, we'll wait for 16 picks. Kind of when our builds are finalized. Sonya is probably visible top, or was. Okay. (16v16). Maybe one mid prio and then we fight. I'm fine with that. I like this place. I want you to scout even deeper on them, though, honestly. Okay, they're just kind of focusing Sonya. They're not killing her, though. I think our Riptire was maybe early. It's like, shape-wise, we can fight here. I feel like we're not making the play. And I feel like part of it is the front line isn't confident that the DPS is ready. So Hanzo's not mounted, this is blocking, but that's fine, he could arrow. This is where comms are going to be really important, or like pinging where you want to see the opening. So like if I'm Muradin, what I'm going to be asking for is, I think that this is where the enemy is, and this is where we have an angle into. So Sonya can always just kind of walk into a Nubrak, and if she's wrapped, she's wrapped. And our damage positioning says we have potentially here and like right here as follow-up positions for something here. So this is where I would be looking to start the fight on them. So we let them walk past that point and then start finding this area on Sonya. And because they have continued past, now our DPS are lagging. They've joined us. Hans is ready for an arrow. Yeah, I don't think Junkrat should be ulting just yet. You want to ult Ezrat when it's like they've already taken a decent chunk of damage, and so it becomes a question of, will this kill me on their side? And they have to be very afraid of it, and sometimes they might just not get to react to it at all, and it actually kills them, because it only does a billion damage.
I think I was worried that I'd need to peel with it there.
Let's see. Sonya starts. Great job, Sonya. Taking some durability talents this game. So we have a shield.
I know how to play the piano.
Yeah. So our Sonya is actually fairly safe here, mostly because of Li Ming's build. So the shield is great into Tychus, because it does reduce his percent damage, and into Li Ming, well, she's just like orb build with Disintegrate, so she can't actually one-shot you. We still have Leap here, and we have Brightwing Z coming in. Overall, our Sonya is quite safe right now. I'd be most worried about if Thrall reaches her. Okay, well, they expended buttons, and we still have some. And we have not found an Hanzo arrow, which we probably could have found. That's where Hanzo, if your frontline can't find it, then you can usually find it for them. So we see this, and then, you know, shoot something. It could be right at Thrall, that's fine. Where are we at? I'd prefer you to be just like a bit back. I think that this is only tier 2. I don't know, it's hard to see. And you can also... This is what I really wanted to see. If you can shoot this gap and get these two, this is the best shot that you have this game. And so...
And I can follow that up with Leap.
Right.
Easy Leap.
Right. And then Junkrat would have had Riptire if he held it a little bit longer to follow up directly on it. And then they're also next to a wall. Hopefully he has Q charges, yeah. So when you have people in a tight space, especially next to a wall, Junkrat Q is really easy to hit on them. He has endless nades too, so doing that's super valuable. And with that grouping, we have Hanzo Pure 16, and you can shoot your scatter arrow once you get there directly straight forwards through anything and just have a scatter into covering this area with it. That is the angle available here. We can also just look at Thrall. If we had ulted him and, Junkrat damage and Hanzo damage, like he's probably killable. We'll get Ancestral out of it, actually. That's what'll happen. So we Q the Li Ming, which is just poke. Okay, you're backing up. We can arrow here, though. I mean, I have an idea of where they're moving, and if we shoot it from where we are, like right here, this is where I would target. It would hit their backline right here, and oh, look at that triple. Yeah, those are the kind of things that you got to be thinking about when you're playing the Hanzo.
Just to comment, Nova, don't take it personally. It's just IE plays a lot of Hanzo, so notices it.
I'm not taking it personally. I'm soaking this shit up. I really appreciate it.
Me too.
Good.
Hanzo is hard.
I'm not even that good at him. There are better Hanzos than me. I think he's a great pick, and so I'm conveying the information. If there's anyone on your team that is going to carry this game, it can be Hanzo ult. Like, that is a possible late game team fight winning condition that allows you to do building damage and win the game. Because let's face it, Rat is a really annoying hero, but he doesn't just like instant win fights off a single button. He has to
Right.
He has to get lucky. The enemy has to make a mistake. It's he's a control mage.
I'm not too proud to take feedback, so throw it at me.
Arrow angle, right?
Yeah.
Backline grouping.
Good. I just didn't want you to feel like you were being picked on out of all the other people
I'm
this
good.
game. Okay, good.
Sanya is probably okay. Easily, we found the arrow angle. But Sanya leaped out, so.
Yeah, I mean, I was just using that to peel, but point is taken. I could be making plays more often.
Yes. That being said, your front line is struggling to find things. And that, to me, feels like I might see this in other replays if I watch your team. That's more of a general... I wish our front line could trust that our damage were ready, and I wish that our damage positioned to be ready. So it's kind of a two-way street there.
I think the other thing that you mentioned earlier, i.e. that would help on that, is the way you were saying Hanzo could be the one calling it. I've got an arrow shooting at 3, 2, 1, and that kind of gets everybody laser focused on it.
Yeah. Comms are important. That's for sure. Quick talent check here, because we have 16s now. I don't know if we have Brightwing in here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I do like this 13. It's all of her 13s are really useful. It's really difficult to choose. I'm assuming you went it because of Li Ming specifically, and it's not a default. Usually Safety Dust is really strong with your build. But into Li Ming, it's always nice to have Pixie Power. The one I might complain about... Oh, go ahead.
I usually pick that one because of if they have like a strong mage.
I wouldn't default it just because they have a strong mage. It should be like, is this part of their win condition? So Anubarak Li Ming is going to be the main engage, and you have Z for Tychus damage usually. Like if you Z, he doesn't do AoE. He'll be fine. But what you don't have an answer for is Li Ming poke, and so if you can be absorbing that, then that's great. And Disintegrate, If she's Repulsion, good luck. You might just go Safety Dust if she's Repulsion build. The one I might complain about is Hush is low value if you don't have Dream Shot.
Okay.
I think phase out would be a great pick this game if you don't feel that we can get value out of Criterize, which our DPS are a little bit more on the sustain side, kind of. Like, they can be bursty, but there's no Criterize into easy point-and-click kill, so I could see phase out being a very strong pick this game. You can dodge a Nubrax web wrap with it. You can, use it as part of your I had to Z somebody, like Sonya, who keeps getting engaged on constantly from the enemies, and you need to save her. So definitely extra safety there. Also, if you consider matchups, are you going to hit Li Ming with this? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. That's what it matters the most, is like cucking their mage during a kill window. You can just... If it's like Orphea, oh my god, Orphea does not like getting hit by Hush randomly.
Yeah.
But you can also just take Criterize against characters like that too, so...
I think I picked it because of the Thrall, because the Thrall was also doing a shit ton of damage. And then landing a Hush off of a stun from a Muradin basically stops all gives time to whoever is being engaged on by the Thrall.
I like the talent
to escape.
I like the talent. I'm just suggesting you may have slightly higher value of a different one. If you decided that we want Dream Shot, we want Hush, and not Sticky Flare but Peekaboo is a build that I do see taken. Because Peekaboo can be very strong sometimes, but you need to give up Critical Miss, and if you're giving up Critical Miss, then why do I need Magic Spit? And so therefore you can have that extra synergy in the build. Let's see. Imposing Presence, sleeper pick. Great to Tychus, I like it. We got Reverb 2, yeah. Well, maybe one thing I would change is I wouldn't go block. I don't know if we have Valk here, but the Tychus, this is...
No, Valk is not here.
Okay. Yeah. We could just have, big regen, third ones. Okay, enemy engage. We engage. They used a bunch of deployables. We should try to leave. Yeah. Do we have... I think Brightwing maybe had some save and got distracted breaking someone out of Cocoon. Sonya got absolutely nuked. I think you're... yeah, so... Just 30 seconds ago, Sonya used Nerves of Steel to survive, and... Something that... This can be a very difficult thing. I don't even hear people in my division calm about it. But if you expend key defensives as a tank or Sonya, a bruiser, and you don't communicate those to your healer that you can't help yourself as much, then it can go sideways because they may not be giving you enough attention. It's like, oh, I just watched Sonya live, so I may not care.
I hear that.
Okay, Brightwing gets stunned. Then there's a web wrap. I mean, your Z doesn't go off by now.
I'm just already dead. Like,
Yeah.
on my one motion, dude.
You,
Like,
you got torn up by the drill, by the Tychus, by the Thrall, and maybe some Li Ming damage all at once. Like, you got hard focus. They ignored your Murden.
they did the right thing.
Yeah. Little counterintuitive, but we shouldn't completely retreat. If we play them long enough and somehow can avoid dying, this is the highest value play available. If we force them to not clear this.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But
Yeah, we stacked a bit. Let's see it again. Oh, and Brightwing blinked in.
Yeah, it was just bad timing.
Yeah, so I guess twice in a row here we could have phased out and kept some semblance of not getting stun locked. It doesn't always help. bigger issue is that we failed to predict that grouping in our gate choke point is exactly what a Nubarak is waiting for. That hero thrives off of multi-stuns. Well, we still have poke. Junkrat's doing a funny. They get building damage until our heroes are up, essentially. We are getting some structure poke, but I want to point this out as, like, this is the first amount of meaningful structure damage we have gotten this game. Like, gates don't really count. They should be kind of free early game things to happen, and it's now, like, the enemies are knocking at our keeps and we're first getting fort damage. That is how you can lose this map in particular, is just not dealing enough building damage. It's just a race who can deal the most. Murden dies. Yeah. Played too much too long. They may just, well, I can see on the replay time they don't win here, but this late in the game, like getting this kill and this fort, because they should get this, it could just transition into like an instant loss. Okay, the wall's not broken here, so it maybe doesn't. I could see them going objective and just trying to walk it mid though, and our Triglav clear isn't the best in the world, because Hanzo's attack damage is slightly lower than a normal auto attacker. They steal our turret. Hey, we got some top damage. We got half a fort. That would be a full fort if we had taken half of it earlier, but doesn't necessarily put us on even footing anyway. Looks like we may finish it off. I do like this. It's getting late, like we gotta take some sort of risk. Yeah, Sonya. Go Sonya. Okay, we saw them. We saw them. We need to be, okay. Sonya's taking the engage, and they didn't show up at all. Solo and Nubarak. Okay. No heroes lost. Extra building damage. Great work. Their Thrall is bottom. They don't have 20s. Like, this is our only chance to fight them, probably, coming up. If we don't want to, you know, take an 18 versus 20 fight. So we should be forcing here, not running. You may get the Thrall gank, but that's his fault if it happens. He should see it coming. Okay. He'll get it, hopefully. He's gonna he's gonna run you guys around this treadmill again.
Can't keep getting away with this.
He doesn't get away with this one. I know that one. I know that.
Okay, so he dies, and his team is here, making a counter kill. Junkrat, we needed you to not have that happen very much. Let's see, why do we tap in? Oh, that's why. Riptire. I feel that Junkrat should be positioning farther up with his team so that he can follow up better with like basic attack and Q. Because he is, you know, he's a mage, but he needs to basic attack sometimes. And
yeah,
that's not really a reason why you died here necessarily. Well, I mean, you know, sure, if you're closer to your team, but that's more of a general feedback that I've seen throughout this game. And then the thing that does get you killed here is just ulting for a kill that doesn't need your ult. Junkrat's ultimate, and this is another reason to play closer, his ultimate is most scary cast like Kalthos Pyroblast, point blank. You ever play Kalthos and like people get too close to you and you just DER them? You know the feeling, like it's great. It's like I just got an insane amount of damage and the travel time was so short, despite the channel. And Junkrat's ult's the same way. And he's just even safer up close than Kalthos is, because he's got more traps to work with. And he has good attack damage. Let's see, I didn't really check our junk build. We got... okay. I don't hate this build. On this map, I would not recommend, mostly because you have better options available to you. So this pairing of talents on Rat. This tier is very free choice most games, but your 13 and your 4 are kind of the deciding factors. Assuming most games you play Endless and extra round timers, which is great. I love those two talents together.
I do wish I took the stacking autos
Yes.
for this one.
Yeah, I was going to suggest Taste for Explosions plus Bombs Away, or you could go a Trap talent. It's a late map. It will go late. You are one of 2 damage dealers that has like the potential to try to be a hyper carry, and that's what this talent does for Junkrat. Like, you take Taste for Explosions, Endless Nades. Where'd my hero go? Hello? Give me my Junkrat back. And then Cannonball, so you can't miss. And he becomes a bit of a late game, just sheer damage output for it. That's pretty great. The talents here, I usually see on macro maps. It'll be like Garden. It'll be Alterac. It's where our Junkrat literally needs to concussion mine himself across the map, over walls for better rotation, and clear waves, which you've just been sharing like a moderate amount of clear duty with Sonya. Yeah. In fact, great work, everyone. We're splitting clear evenly. So no one's not contributing any clear at all, which is a good sign. Okay, we're down 4 to 4.
We are macro machines after all, not micro machines.
Yeah, I will say, I've never seen any problems with like, oh, this wave isn't getting soaked, so that's good. I'm totally fine with the plays you're making. We can regain some prio, wait for Junkrat. This may be doable. We see they're kind of point sitting. Yeah, we should grab this. Our next best fight is we get 20s. They have Triglov objective. Yeah, we're building trade, top for bottom, I guess. And we'll be fighting past the Triglov, basically. We'll be looking for like a Hanzo arrow plus leap combo with some Rat follow-up, and maybe we kill like their healer, because their healer is probably never going to be in the Triglov. Yeah. Hanzo is late. Hanzo is fighting Thrall. Awkward. Yeah, we
I don't
need
know
you
what
here.
the hell I'm doing there.
There
Well,
was half a wave
There's a benefit. This is insane arrow angle. They'll never expect this. And you have good enough vision on the back line. If we can get a front line to corral them a little bit, set up a stun maybe into the arrow, this is a great play. It's available. Junkrat could be closer. I would say yes. Set it up. Oh, solo leap. Yeah. He will die. Not a multi-kill though. We have a lot of, more close fighting to do now. Okay, we're making some plays. You are in the dangerous spot. Thank you, Brightwing. We've lost 0, we've gotten 2. They're half ditching the shitty objective. This is what usually happens. It's weak late game. It can be fought past. Oh no, AoE stuns. Okay, there's a lot more damage to be dealt. Tychus damage, oh no. Okay. We had some really great momentum. Oh, we got double stunned again, and interrupted. Murdered instead. Let's see. I'm gonna try and pinpoint the exact moment where this fight stops being in our favor. Health-wise,
It's here. It's right here.
Kinda, yeah. Like, we have taken a lot of damage, but we're still in a winnable position. We need really good coordination, though. Like, we need a complete collapse focus fire on one of these two and only one. Probably Thrall, because his armor is reduced. He has a lower health pool, and his Nubrak has spell armor available. Junkrat has damage. Brightwing has not a ton of buttons, but some. Sonya has some damage available. Hanzo is having some soon. Murden has stuns available. Okay, yeah, I think we can win this fight but it only happens if we like immediately get this thrall kill, and then it'll be like a bunch of low people versus 2, and we can clean it up. This and then thrall damage is actually not hurting anyone that bad. They just stall it out for Tychus, really. Because Tychus comes out of the objective with full health and full buttons. This is the late show up, and he gets full trait value, and this drill is... What did he go? He went drill upgrade! Oh god. So that drill is gonna become scary, and its range is probably way too large. I don't get to see it, but... And so then Hanzo kind of exits the fight, in a way dying because of it. And so then it's a 3v3. And then Tychus cleans up with his full amount of resources. And they hop back into Triglav. Okay. We clear, our frontliners are still dead. Best we can do is like clear this wave and clear the beetles. They might still get this fort. We really just need to not die because we're down hero count. We can give that. Will we get damage? No. This camp should be buffed. It sucks. This is a bit scary, I feel, if we get caught. Frontline's not there. We can... Okay, we're playing it safe enough. The enemy's not sharking us too bad. Oh, there they are. They were thinking about it. Now they're just going for more building damage and new rack beetles and Tychus numbers, or leaning numbers. This is when we look for an arrow because they are trying to do something and do it in a predictable location. Tychus drill. Oh, we should look on this. This is a pretty good boot play. I don't know if we should commit like a ton of ults, but we should like try to collapse here. Oh, he eats away. We are looking, trying to find something. We are now kind of separated. Yeah, we lost our window to fight, basically. As the team who's behind in buildings, it's kind of on you to get back in the game by causing a fight. I feel like Frontline knows this somehow internally, but people aren't always on board when it's time to make the move. Because, you know, we're scouting them, like trying to get up in their face. You have to work around when you have prio, so like we don't start right now, we get mid prio, we get bot prio, and then we can look for something maybe on their camp. It'll be deep, but a possible gank. Okay, Thrall was completely out of position. Rat doesn't have to ult. We don't have to arrow. Holy shit, Hanzo. Okay, play the game. Alright, sure.
Yeah.
Did not expect that arrow out of nowhere. I mean, if you got the multi off of it randomly, because his team... the angle was, if you were going to ult and not hit the guy, that was actually the best spot to cast it, though, I will say. Because if his team happened to be there out of vision for a bit, they were protecting him.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
That would have been a game ender right there. So I appreciate at least going for the long range play. They're finding something, but they didn't get it. Right wing cleanse. We have some actual positive momentum now. It's just going to be about can we convert it into building damage. It's going to take some confidence. It's going to take, I mean, overall, like I said, our DPS are not the best at making that happen, so it's really difficult. Like, the best way to win this game for us is it's got to be a team wipe. Oh, we have Riptire. Okay, Riptire spam. I actually like this for you this game, because you didn't go like the Q talents. This is a great way to turn you into something that could win a team fight for your team. They have to group for it, and so it relies on them being silly, but it could totally work. You need more prio though. This is building up. I'm surprised we send Hanzo to clear these waves frequently. I would much rather see...
Hanzo has global arrow with play of the game.
Okay, that's a fair point.
So
yeah, his wave clear does get pretty good by now.
Good.
But Rat does also have, you know, Rip or Air, so we can get back pretty quickly too. And rotate. Like, if you are placing Concussion Mine and standing at the very edge of it, it's faster than mounting, I believe, when you're a combination of those talents.
Yeah, especially when you go over walls.
Yep. So, I mean, it's not bad. You can see, like, when he doesn't have the Q splash available, it's kind of slow. And do we arrow in though? I mean, we could be looking for sure. Like, if we're gonna do this, we should be treating him like a Brightwing Z and trying to look when the enemy thinks they're safe, because they may not actually expect Hanzo to randomly join the fight. It's not an often taken level 20. They use their heal camp, and we should stall it out. It doesn't take very long. Just be patient. Oh wow, many ults expended, and the only thing colliding is Junkrat's multi-ults. Okay.
The arrow just passes right through the tunnel and goes straight out to Narnia.
Someone got booped out of the way somehow.
Okay, so our Murden is getting rewound, and our Sonya leaps. You had an angle for 3. I would have liked 3, and then you start to disintegrate. I think it's difficult, but I do think it's available.
Yeah.
But then our arrow, how does this miss? It looks like it should hit this guy.
Someone gets booped.
Junkrat
right
here.
Okay,
Yep.
so we had anti-synergy.
Disaster.
Team coordination. Okay, composite spear. I don't hate this talent, but I have been told it's not worth. Ignore pain is really good, I have to admit. And
I am at my heart someone who likes catching someone on the very end of a long spear.
I know. It's so fun. I think it should maybe give her some more armor, or reduce its cooldown or something.
You have to cut Burb some slack. She's definitely a pokey person.
I know. This is my build on Sonya pretty much anyway. I'm just kind of conveying some like this. If I play her in ARAM, yeah, I'm going composite spear. It doesn't matter. Ignore pain is excellent. What I was really gonna suggest though is we need some insane plays to win this game, right? And I think Crater might let you do it. Can you imagine hitting an area at Crater and then Junkrat spam ults them?
That actually sounds really good. We should maybe practice that.
Because they can't get knocked out of it, so that he just gets to... Yeah, it could be insane.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
So, yeah, there's a thought. Let's see. Our Murden took a bunch of damage from the all-in. Junker gets to ult again, but Sonya is now going to take all of the Tychus damage. Probably has the button. Yes, he has the button. Hanzo will be here with play the game. Right. He just showed up in the middle of the team, so I think I don't use play the game. What would I do if that was my...
The arrow keeps going after you jump out of it.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like maybe I just have to wait, because you don't want to put yourself in the middle of them if it doesn't land.
Right. I'm close enough that I could just mount up and like walk in.
Oh
even just
shit! You
walk
have
in.
you have mounted archery. That's what you should do. I usually see the meta talent on Hanzo be Q at 13, but I have taken mounted archery in the past, and if there's any game to have it with what your team's asking you to do, I think it's a great one to have it. And so you could just hop the wall real quick and gain a super mount and show up on time. Or just wait a little longer and get yourself out over here, because like playing off
Right.
this wall isn't the worst scatter angle. You can probably get some people that are stuck back here.
I think I do go past, but then it's always hard to gauge
Oh.
like how far you're gonna jump back because it's like a whole screen.
Holy.
Yeah.
It takes you this far? There's no way.
It's very far, yeah.
Oh my
this way.
god.
Yeah. What's the 13Q?
Well, I don't blame you now. 13Q is just move speed. You can get it very easily.
Oh.
You know, you hit a great pierce.
I
And
thought you were
get...
talking about Ninja Assassin.
No, I don't see this taken. It's funny. It's the same as like going to level 20 that gives you an extra charge. Like it's fun, but maybe it's a quick match kind of talent, you know. Hanzo is usually drafted in the auto attacker spot, right? So the things that auto attackers love are attack range, move speed, and percent health.
Yeah.
And you know, you can flex some games onto Hanzo and not have percent health because he's so bursty and he does have auto damage, and it's, you know, the reason it's usually taken is because he very much benefits from being able to change his positioning for both auto attacking and landing his spells, because scatter is almost entirely dependent on your positioning, what angles you have available, not what your aim is. Like it's a setup location spell, kind of like Diablo Charge. So if that's not your default, then consider playing with it. Again, this game,
I'll try these talents. Yeah.
I like mounted archery sometimes, though. It's useful. I don't blame you. Having seen the distance, because like I said, I don't play the game. I usually just play Bullseye because it's the meta OP talent. That is ridiculous. That's so hard to count. You literally have to like wait for it to hit over here so you can be here. That's
wild.
Yeah, goofy.
I mean,
Okay.
another thing I could, once I see that it's not going to hit, I like just do it like when it's in the middle of them, and then I'm not in the middle of them.
True.
Maybe.
Yeah, if you just clicked it here, then you'd be like right over here, and it'd be mostly fine. I mean, this is a tough position to be in this fight if you were there, but you could like dip around this way if you needed to. Then the web wrap happens on Brightwing during her Z, which is really brutal. Hanzo jumps out and dies to minion wave. Sonya died to Tychus. Brightwing can't help anybody during this because it is an excellent web wrap. Junkrat really tried this fight. He did some great work, but wasn't enough. Brightwing getting away though. Goddamn.
Zerlith is
They're still not gonna get you. You got another blink. Is this reduced blink cooldown, or am I misremembering? No, it's just the stealth. Okay, but they're gonna walk at your base. They're gonna cast Tychus Drill. They're gonna punch it with Triglav, and it's over. Okay.
This is a brutal game. We did so much wrong this game.
Good news is it's not the map, if that helps. Our draft could be slightly different, but work on team play and a lot of the issues will go away, and team play benefits you everywhere, so it's kind of it's not difficult to go practice. It's more of you need reps, right? You need comms, you need reps.
So I took a handful of general notes on this that I'm going to be posting in our strategy channel. I just like to go over it in case. Well, no, just in case I wrote something down incorrectly or what have you. So first off, priority picks are things that can get a win con. So things with good siege and good late game, Vala, Nazebo, Sylvanas, Hammer specifically were mentioned. For the early game, after the first wave, just go turret. Send offlane bot, tank DPS top, DPS healer turret. Get top camp at 215 as if it were BOE. And if you see an opportunity, such as the other team being late on their turret, take the heal camp. Early objectives, split push, 3-man in 1 lane, offlane DPS and protector. Late game, 5-man push. The 2 heroes with the least CC go in the protector, CC an enemy, and use the trigger left to help kill it. And in general, we need to be focused on kill targets more, calling targets, DPS being in position and ready. DPS can also call for the engage, like with the Hanzo arrow. And the other general tip, never skip building damage because the objective sucks.
Question. If your healer's got a ton of CC, or if your healer's got no CC, do you still keep them out of the mech?
Generally, yes, but there are reasons why you may choose to put them in there. And if you put people in the mech, especially in the gunner seat, you are allowed to take them out for a bit. Or if things get messy. For the most part, though, I mean, if you think about what healer doesn't have meaningful CC.
White main.
But
Why
you
would
want her.
before 16?
You want her out of
Bodyguard.
it because if she's stuck in that thing and it explodes, she's guaranteed dead. And she's very difficult to dive when out of it. Rhaegar has
Kharazim might be one.
Kharazim I could see. Because he is, I mean, usually if you pick Kharazim, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go 7-sided. So you're not upset to not even have his ultimate available. It's fine.
Commence combat, Shepard.